evening and a warm welcome to State of Business on Art Television. I'm Heshain Ali and let's have a look at the headlines first. The country faces annual losses due to outdated acts and policies. COPA report reveals. Government still has opportunities to strengthen the economy, UNP leaders suggest. News in detail. Chairman of the Committee on Public Accounts, Professor Tissa Vitarana, stated that the country faces annual losses due to outdated policies and other irregularities at government institutions. Professor Vitarana stated this while presenting the first report of the Committee on Public Accounts for the first session of the 9th Parliament on this Tuesday.
There are a number of irregularities. Some of them appeared to be due to defects in acts and shortcomings like that, but there also seem to be definite connivance between officials and members of the public, which has led to a considerable loss of revenue for the government and the people. These have to be rectified, and in this report we have made extensive comments regarding them. Because of the shortage of time, I will just mention a few of them. Now, with regard to changing of acts, for instance, the Inland Revenue Department, we found that large, powerful companies which have good auditing systems and accounting systems had not paid their inland revenue for 5 years, 6 years and so on. When we looked into the matter, there is provision for them to appeal 3 times to the Inland Revenue Department against the amount that is being asked of them. Now, there is no need for the same department to have 3 boards of appeal. This has dragged on the process. Then at the end of that period, matter is then taken up in courts also.
Parliamentarian Professor Vitarana also said that a number of companies with good auditing and accounting systems have not paid their taxes to the Inland Revenue Department for 5 to 6 years and that a large amount of taxes has been lost due to it. He added that the reason for it was that companies have been given the opportunity to appeal 3 times regarding taxes that are due and suggested that COPA report.
Just to give you an idea of the nature of our COPA report, it is comprehensive and it covers a number of faults which, if corrected, Mr. Speaker, it would mean that money that should be coming into the treasury to the government would probably get rid of the budget deficit. So I would strongly appeal that this report be studied and acted on as best as possible.
One of the leading apparel manufacturers in Sri Lanka, Brandix Apparel Limited, has committed its support for the Sri Lankan Olympic team as presenting partner for the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. Chief Executive Officer of the Brandix Apparel Solutions Limited, Rajiv Malasekara, symbolically presented the sponsorship check to President of the National Olympic Committee of Sri Lanka, Suresh Subramaniam, at a media event held recently to felicitate the participating athletes and announce the sponsors.
And also I would like to thank Brandix for coming forward at a significant moment to sponsor National Olympic Committee of Sri Lanka and the athletes who are taking part at the Tokyo Olympics.
මේවට ශ්‍රී ලංකා කණ්ඩායම සඳහා අනුග්‍රහක දායකත්වය ලබා දෙන බ්‍රැන්ඩික්ස් ආයතනයට බෙහෙවින්ම ස්තුතිවන්ත වෙනවා.
සතුට ලොකුවටම දැනෙනවා. මොකද මෙවැනි පතක්කමක් මීටත් වඩා වටිනාකමකින් අපේ රට සරසවන්නට නුඹලාට හැකියාව ශක්තිය ධෛර්යය ලැබේවා කියලා.
I'm very happy, Suresh, to note we have top corporates here. I like to say thank you, Brandix. These are good things what you have done.
Stay tuned for more news right after this commercial break.
උත්තරය ඇත්ත එකම එක සැබැඳියාවක. ගෙදරට වැඩකට ගමනට එකම එක සැබැඳියාවක බැඳෙන මුළු මහත් රටකට. Good morning, sir. How can I help?
SLT Mobitel එකම එක සැබැඳියාව.
ඒත් නෑනේ. පොළගාවේ නම් තිබුණලු.
මම ගියා. එහෙත් ඉවරයි.
කාර් එකයි කෝටි ගොඩයි ටිකට් එකයි දිනුම් දෙකයි සම්පත ලග්නවර්ම මාසිකම එකයි.
පරක්කු වෙලා වාසනාව නැති කරගන්න එපා.
ජාතික ලොතරැයි මණ්ඩලය.
Welcome back after the break. United National Party's only MP in Parliament and former Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe alleges that the government had printed money in large scales and it resulted in the depreciation of the rupee. He made these observations participating in the no confidence motion against Energy Minister Udaya Gamapilla last Tuesday.
ඇත්ත වශයෙන්ම තෙල් මිලත් ආර්ථිකයත් දෙකම එකක්. තෙල් මිල නිසා රටේ ආර්ථික අර්බුදය උග්‍ර වෙලා තියෙනවා. රටේ ආර්ථික අර්බුදය උග්‍ර නිසා තෙල් මිල වැඩි වෙලා තියෙනවා. මේ දෙකම එකට සම්බන්ධයි. එහෙනම් ඒ ඇමතිවරු සියලු දෙනාම මේකට වග කියන්න ඕනේ. දැන් බලන්න තෙල් සංස්ථාවේ ණය තෙල් සංස්ථාව ගත්ත තෙල් වලට ගෙවලා නැහැ. විශාල ඩොලර් කෝටි ගණන් අපි ණය වෙලා තියෙනවා. දැන් තෙල් ගන්න මුදල් නැහැ. අනික් අතට තෙල් මිල වැඩි වෙන්නේ රුපියල බාල්දු කිරීම. ඒක බාල්දු කරේ මුදල් අමාත්‍යාංශයේ කැබිනට් මණ්ඩලය. මුදල් අච්චු ගහලා මුද්‍රණය කළා 2010 ඉඳන් 2019ට අපි මුද්‍රණය කරපු මුදල් ප්‍රමාණයට වඩා මුදල් ප්‍රමාණයක් දැන් මුද්‍රණය කළා තියෙනවා. ඉතින් මෙතනට එහෙනම් මුළු ඇමති මණ්ඩලයම කියන්න ඕනේ. ඒ වගේ තමයි අද විදේශ විනිමය නැහැ. අපිට ණය ගෙවන්න මාර්ගයක් නැහැ. අපි බැලුවොත් දැන් අපේ වාණිජ්‍ය බැංකු ණය වෙලා. වාණිජ්‍ය බැංකු වලින් විදේශ විනිමය ලබා ගන්නට බෑ. අපි විදේශ විනිමය ඕනකොත් බැංකුවකින් ඔයගොල්ලෝ හොයාගෙන ඉන්න කියලා. එතකොට පිටකොටුවට ගිහින් නිලලත් ආයතනෙන් ඒ මුදල් සමාගම් වලින් මුදල් හොයා ගන්න. එතකොට අද ඩොලරයක් ගන්න නම් රුපියල් 240ක් විතර ගෙවන්න ඕනේ.
One of the civil organizations named as the Center for Environmental Justice today claimed that most of the government organizations have failed in the mission of serving with justice on the damages done by the demised Express Pole ship. An official from the Center for Environmental Justice told the media in Colombo that the justice for the affected communities is yet to be attended.
Unfortunately, NARA and other organized local research bodies in Sri Lanka, they haven't done justice to this case, and we know that there are more than 275 turtles have been killed, and that is roughly around 10 to 15%. So we can assume at least more than 2,000 turtles have been died from this incident, and also about 46 dolphins have also died, and some whales as well. So there are autopsies has done, but we don't know which chemicals is the reason for the deaths. But according to some of the experts, the oil itself can kill these fish, and also you see that how can fish survive when the nylon nets are also not surviving this water. So it's very clear that there's a chemical contamination here. Unfortunately, our research bodies, our academics have so far failed to explain why these fish is dying, why the nets are getting damaged. The NARA and other agencies are completely failed. The MIPA also failed to my understanding, because MIPA, although MIPA said their oil response mechanism is under operation right now, you can see that oil is leaking.
Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on a mixed note today. The All Share Price Index gained by 68.43 points to close at 8,136.76, and the S&P SL20 dropped by 2.78 points to close at 3,092.31. The turnover was 5.66 billion rupees and over 285 million shares were traded. Up next are Forex rates. And that's all news for today. See you with Best Roundup on Sunday at the usual time. Until then, take care and good night.